with a little persuasion. He's there, locked away, ready for the Lang O'Rourke National Stakes, and away they jump. George Washington comes out behind, being held up at the back. Just a little jig jog there at the back of the field, as the early running is made as expected by his stable companion Amagoni. 5 to 1 on at the off. George Washington at the back of the field as Amagoni goes a good gallop in front, followed by the English challenger Hazy M in the yellow colours. Heat Seeker, then towards the left, the white face in the noseband, that's Duff, and behind Duff we have Golden Arrow, and George Washington alongside Crookhaven at the back of the field as they complete the first 3 furlongs. And Amagoni clear, being followed in second by Duff, Hazy M, the yellow colours, then Heat Seeker, then George Washington, Golden Arrow, and Crookhaven is the back marker, and Amagoni is out in front and going a good gallop, leading by 5 lengths or so. Hazy M in second, then comes Duff, and they're followed by George Washington as they race down now towards the last 2 furlongs. And out in the centre of the course we have Amagoni gets a slap there as George Washington begins to close now. Duff is next, and they're followed by Hazy M and Heat Seeker as they race towards the final furlong. Here comes George Washington swooping through to hit the front from Duff, Amagoni, Golden Arrow, then Hazy M and Heat Seeker into the last 150 yards. George Washington hands and heels from Kieran Fallon. Golden Arrow running on the far side, no 8 lengths today, but he's done the job all right. George Washington wins it by about 2.5 from Golden Arrow second, Heat Seeker third, Duff 4, then came Hazy M and Amagoni, and they're clear of Crookhaven. He's won at 5 to 1 on. Did the job nicely enough. No runaway success this time, but George Washington becomes Aidan O'Brien's 6th winner of the National Stakes. Returned the 5 to 1 on favourite under Kieran Fallon.
Well, as Mick Canaan said before, just walking into the start, he said he'd like to see how far he'd beat Golden Arrow. The last time they met, he was about 2.5 lengths in front of him, and today I'd say he was about roughly the same distance as front. Would you agree, Mick, about that?
Yeah,
2 or 3 lengths.
They appear to run pound for pound as they did here earlier on in the year. Yeah, he's won. You can only go and win, but it wouldn't be the performance that you would maybe hope for as your Guineas favourite for next year.
Amagoni has brought him a good gallop, and you're always your stable companion. If you know your strength at home, you know you're going to pick him up, so Kieran is quite likely to let him get a good poach on him. It's not as if he's one of DK Wells or that, but Golden Arrow travels in behind him. He's last to lay down his challenges. Heat Seeker came on the stream right, came under pressure quick enough. Golden Arrow is the yellow cap with the purple colours. He's just tracking George Washington through, and on the extreme left, Duff has run a good race as well too. But you see George Washington pick it up here. Wears his head a lot like his brother Grandier, his ears flat back, but he's going for him there. But Kieran is anxious enough, is he, Mick?
Yeah, he's not panicking by any stretch of the imagination, you know, Kieran's body language, but he's now just going to give him flicky one to keep his attention, because he's felt he's just idled a bit. He's run towards the stand side, the shade with him. He's just lost concentration. So yeah, they'll be happy, but
he won't be any shorter for the Guineas after that than he was beforehand.
I'd say he might drift a shade.
I'd agree with you too. I reckon this fella could be a sprinter. I know it's not in the book. This race over 7 furlongs, he's got to go a further furlong to win the Guineas. July Cup over 6 furlongs. Wouldn't surprise me at all if he was all speed. Getting a nice round of applause though.